Hey, it's Rugged Rose Review. It's Rugged Rose Live. Tonight we're going to be on with Ryan Bergh, and we're going to be talking about how we become acquainted and our cryptocurrency experience. He tweeted out an offer/request to do a podcast, and I figured, it could benefit us both. We knock out a couple of these easy ones. He's got some other things lined up, and later on he'll be able to kill it. We'll get a good feeling for how it's supposed to go. Skyping people in here. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll get notifications to new videos. And it'd also be pretty cool if you like this one. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Ryan and get the show on the road. Let's bring you on in here. There he is. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing well.
Just kidding. That's not you. Here you are. There he is. We got him now.
You got me?
Yep.
Well, thank you, David, for bringing me in. I'm a newbie.
Yep.
So to speak. So it means a lot to have you take the time to kind of welcome me to the world.
I appreciate you helping me out too. This is going to be good for both of us, I think.
Yeah. Well.
And you're welcome.
Well, I guess the first thing that I think is relevant for at least your viewers is kind of how we came to become acquainted.
Right.
And at least for me, I got interested in a smaller project. You may be familiar with them, XYO.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, I feel like we got a little burned by them, but we won't touch on that too much because that can be a sensitive subject at times.
Right. Well,
but it's not over yet, right? We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
I still wish the best for XYO, but we became acquainted through interactions, mostly on Twitter, with XYO kind of promoting, endorsing, supporting.
The idea, anyway. The original idea.
Well, and it was a good idea. But, since, at least for me, I kind of found out about XYO or in December of 2018. And then that kind of opened the floodgates to figure out like blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. And when I say figure out, I mean educate myself to the extent that I'm not scared of it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've learned enough to really appreciate the value that blockchain technology is going to impart on the world in due time. I haven't been around long enough to foresee exactly when that's going to happen. I think the guys at Bad Crypto Podcast with China kind of taking the lead, it's going to maybe happen a little sooner than we were thinking, but I think it's going to be good in so many different ways. Supply management or supply chain is just a big one. And I mean, there's just so many different applications for how it's going to make our system more efficient.
Right.
And that's just the blockchain. Obviously, with the cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of different options, but
the blockchain
like I said,
technology is really neat, and I enjoy exploring it. And you're right; it could lead to a lot of cool, new opportunities. It could change everything if we let it. We could stop letting history repeat itself and do something new. When we get there.
Yeah, but so it started with XYO, which is kind of probably a different scenario than most people, where they heard about Bitcoin or whatever. And for me, like, I'd heard of Bitcoin for a couple years, but it was always not a real thing. Like that was something that was a fad, or something that was going to pass.
Right.
And in this situation, I got introduced to XYO, which led to the looking into all the other projects that I'm interested in now with Bitcoin, Bravo, Boulevard, Divi.
It was cool too.
There's just a ton of them.
Yep. And my first one, because in order to transfer any kind of XYO, you needed a little bit of Ethereum. Yep. So I bought that, and it was 158 when I bought it in March, I think, last year, and it jumped up to 300. And I thought, oh man, this is really cool. I wish I'd have bought a little Bitcoin when it was 3,000, because now it's 9. And then it jumped way up. And I was kind of bummed, but I have a little bit now, and it's supposed to jump back up after it went way down. And we'll see what happens with it. We'll leave it in there, set it, forget it. And I got a little bit, and that's more than nothing. So
I had a similar experience with ETH being my first, and I had a terrible experience with Coinbase, because normally they say like 4 to 5, or maybe in extreme cases 10 days. They'll hold funds to kind of validate and make sure it's not fraudulent activity. So for me, I finally decided to test the waters, buy some ETH, and I signed up with Coinbase on February 13th of 2019. And 5 days passed. Couldn't withdraw.
You couldn't even do anything with XYO then, right? You couldn't even put any in MetaMask, right, or even, Yeah, I wasn't able to go over to KuCoin and trade my ETH for XYO, and at that point, XYO was, Yeah, you were making money when we first got into it, right? It was like $30 for every 10,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like 3 cents or maybe 32 or 28 to 2.5 cents or whatever, and then but the point is, I got my ETH, and February 13th, I kept hounding them, trying to figure out what's happening, why is this happening, and it wasn't until March 19th, so it was actually 34 days.
It's crazy
that I was unable to withdraw that fund. So I could trade ETH, I could swap it for Bitcoin or whatever, but I couldn't at the time take advantage of, ETH maybe pumped up, XYO was, fairly...
It was at its highest point then,
right? Not pumping up at the same rate. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to take my ETH out, get more XYO, and I missed a bunch of opportunities, but I had a hard time with Coinbase. I on Twitter, you may have seen some not happy friendly tweets towards Coinbase, and
some of those, and I was like, man, I just got Coinbase. Why is this guy so mad at it? And then now I understand.
I mean, it's Coinbase. Like, everybody loves Coinbase, right? But not me. I was
like
upset.
The only guy. I was like, man, I like Ryan. Why is he so? Should I get rid of all my Coinbase funds too? Should I get rid of it? I think maybe, because I kind of ride in your car,
I was pushing for everybody to flush Coinbase and switch to something else, but. At the time,
there's not a lot of other options either, really, is there? Besides Coinbase, what other ones can we use?
Well, Uphold and Gemini are two of the ones that I've used pretty regularly since I kind of got away from Coinbase. Now, I will say, since March 19th, when they let me have it, or my funds. Let me transfer out. I swore I would never, do anything with Coinbase again. And they have this magical platform, Coinbase Earn, which allows you to basically earn free crypto by watching informational videos, answering a simple question that you were actually watching the video. But EOS.
And then you can send out links, right? And you send out links, and other people that watch those videos, you get.
Yeah, you get to watch them, and then
there's like $40
once you've watched the videos, you get 4 invites that you can invite 4 of your friends to come and do the same process, learn about a cryptocurrency, earn a little bit of whatever the currency is. And that's what I'm saying. They've done basic attention token, Tezos.
I haven't done Tezos.
EOS. I mean, they've done a ton of them, and I didn't get all of them. There was a couple of them that were, I guess the pool of available crypto had dried up or whatever. But I still have one. What's the one that's out now? It's a VPN. It's like it's a crypto VPN.
Do I have that one?
Orchid. There you go.
Yeah, I don't have that one either.
Well, you should use my last link. I've got one link remaining. But it's a good thing, I think, because it helps people to kind of learn about different projects, figure out what you like, don't like.
And then you can trade those if you don't want them.
Oh right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's.
And I did that with Stellar Lumens, the XLM. I don't know how good idea that was, but in my portfolio, I went in and I earned from the learning. I did EOS, DAI, Basic Attention, Ox, Zcash. Looks like I missed out on Tezos, XRP, Stellar Lumens. I should go in here and do Augur and Orchid. Looks like, or maybe I did Augur. That symbol looks familiar.
Yeah, I don't think I did Augur, Zcash, or Ox, but no, they've somewhat redeemed themselves for me. But ultimately, nowadays, if I'm going to be buying crypto, I'll kind of shop around where I'll say, I'm gonna not necessarily dollar cost average, but if I'm gonna pick up $100 worth of Bitcoin or something, I'll see what it is, how much I can get at Coinbase, how much I can get through Uphold or Gemini. And it's interesting because usually you'll check 1, 2, 3, and then 5 minutes later I'll check again because the price is going all over. And it's interesting because the price that you're quoted at is rarely what the actual market value is. It's like $100 more than what it's listed on CoinMarketCap or whatever, or even in Coinbase. They get their, let's just say, Bitcoin dropped to 650 or 6,500, and you go like, oh my, that's got to be the bottom. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up $100 worth of Bitcoin at 6,500, and Coinbase will sell it to you for 6,750, and they've got their $2.99 fee or whatever to process it. But ultimately, that's what I found is to be the option. It's either Coinbase, Uphold, Gemini.
And do you benefit that way? If you think you're buying it at 6,500 and they sell it to you at 6,750, are you losing or gaining 250?
I mean, you're kind of taking the shaft for the convenience factor.
Yeah.
What I have found to be like the way to do it, if you like, I don't want to lose that 250, is if you deposit from your bank and go to like USDC or a state, like one of those stable coins, Tether or whatever, because that's a pretty good, or pretty even. They might take the 250 or whatever, but they're not going to take the additional chunk out when you convert USDC to Bitcoin or whatever. So, and that's specifically to Coinbase. I haven't really tried that approach with Uphold or Gemini, but it's all evolving. I mean, I think it's all getting better, and well, the viable options is improving, and will only get better in time.
But we found some other cool projects because of XYO, right? There was the first one that I found because of XYO was Boulevard, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was because the whole idea behind XYO was GPS, fixing that, and
and the
proof of location, location verification, things like that. And that's go ahead.
I was going to say it's very interesting because I happened to check Boulevard today in my Trust Wallet because that's you can store it in your Trust Wallet, and it was up like 45% or some crazy figure. And so I don't have a ton of Boulevard. I have some, but I don't have a ton of it because I work remotely, so I don't commute on a daily basis. On Fridays and the weekends, I'll move around, do some errands and stuff. I'll get in my car, but otherwise, I don't drive a ton, and because of that, I don't have a ton of Boulevard. But the little bit that I have was surprisingly worth way more money than I was expecting, because I checked it, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, or maybe a little bit more than 2 weeks ago, and there wasn't like a price. It was just like you sign up for these airdrops on Twitter and they send you 1 million poo coins, and they don't have a value because because literally they don't have any value. And I felt like Boulevard was kind of in the same, not that they're a poo coin, I'm not trying to say that at all, but they didn't have a value because they're not traded anywhere. But even though I haven't been able to quite figure it out, Trust Wallet, one of the dApps is Uniswap, the unicorn or whatever, and like based on some trades that were done through Uniswap, Boulevard was worth like a half a penny, or I want to say it was like 0.005 and then some numbers, but that was way better than I was expecting, because from not having any value to all of a sudden being half a penny, I was like, hey, you guys are moving up in the world. But
when did you check it? When did you say you checked it?
Just earlier today.
Yeah? And how did you end up getting your Bravo, or not your Bravo, we'll talk about that later, but your Boulevard into your Trust Wallet? Because I have a Trust Wallet, and I tried to transfer it, and I have a wallet address in my Boulevard profile, and I can look at it on what's the blockchain or whatever. I can look at it on
Etherscan.
Yeah, Etherscan. I can see it on Etherscan, but then when I click on it, it doesn't show up in my actual wallet. And I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
Well, what I think happens with me is I transferred my Boulevard to my Trust Wallet at like the very earliest point that they made that an option, because now I still have a little bit of Boulevard that hasn't been transferred to my Trust Wallet, but like if you click transfer, or like somewhere on that page within the app, there's a minimum transfer now, where I did it before, and at least I have it set up where Trust Wallet has push notifications, so I got a little ding that you've received, and X amount of Boulevard. And
See, I've never gotten that.
like I said,
and I remember
well,
when I first started doing it, I could, transfer 200, or 80. I think the first time I could transfer 80 into.
Yeah, I don't think there was a threshold or a limit initially. I think it's only after, I don't know what point, because I'm less familiar with Boulevard. Like I said, because I don't drive a ton. Right. I don't have the extensive experience. Like I'm not a Lyft driver or an Uber driver that could use it on a daily basis and like really rack up some good tokens. But
that's me. I do that, and I don't really necessarily use it as a navigation. I use it more because when I drive places, I normally would know where I'm going, and when I'm driving for Uber or Lyft, and I end up in like, all the way up in Cleveland, and I'm not sure how to get back home because I'm in like the inner city. Sometimes, I get up in the east side, and I don't know how to maneuver the back roads. I'll, hit the home button, take me home, and it'll take me wherever I'm going, and I'll just let it work in the background, right?
Yeah.
And it'll tell me where to go, and once I get back on the highway, I just let it run, and it'll rack up until I get home. And I think I have somewhere close to like 20,000 or something.
Oh yeah, that's way more than I have. Because I want to say, if you'll bear with me, I want to say for my Boulevard app, I have like 6,000, and the value that it gives me, it's like $45 or something. And
really?
I realized that's subject to change, but I still thought that was pretty impressive.
Now, can you cash it out right now? Can you or trade it for something else?
Well, that's where I have 6,200, and it's valued at, oh no.
Did it go down
It's
already?
funny. I pulled up the app and it said it was worth $42, and then I swiped like refresh, and now it's down to $15.
Well,
so
even still,
it's down just a hair under 42%.
Yeah. But like you said, you checked it a couple weeks ago, and it was not worth anything.
No, it was
right?
earlier today. It was up 45%.
Right.
And so now.
But before today, the last time you checked, it was a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't worth anything, right?
Yeah, like there was, because it wasn't on it wasn't traded. It didn't have a value.
Right.
But.
Yeah, I have 20,755. And then I have 502 going towards the 1,500 that I have to get in order to put it into the wallet. But I can't take my wallet tokens in my profile to my Ethereum wallet, and I'm having trouble with that. So hopefully I can get that figured out here soon. But I'm just letting it rack up, and then when time comes and I need to get it out, I'll, go in here, and you can contact these the partners in here, and they're usually pretty receptive, and they help us out, and they have a Discord channel, right? So if you go in there and you ask them, they're pretty helpful. So when I really need it and I feel like it's gone crazy, I'll go in there and mess with it. But right now I'm just trying to help it learn, because like you were saying last night when we were doing our practice run, Waze will learn your route, and and they'll give you the shortcuts that you would normally take after you've taken them so many times. And Boulevard has yet to impress me in that kind of way.
I've noticed the algorithm, or whatever they use to like calculate your routes is not as polished, I guess, as like Waze or something. Mm-hmm. But I say it's still a new project, and it's still kind of they're working out the kinks and stuff. So I'm very I like Boulevard a lot in more of a potential type of thing, because like I said, I don't drive a lot, so I don't use the navigational stuff as much. But if I'm going somewhere that I don't know, I'll probably go with Waze, just because I feel like it's a little bit more tried and true. But yeah. I think over time that Bravo's gonna, or Bravo.
We're gonna
Bravo on the mind. No,
yeah.
Boulevard is gonna catch up and be a viable option for not just me and you, but
Others.
anybody.
Yeah. And that's in Waze. When Waze first came out, I remember I used that back when it first came out. Like, hey, Waze is a new navigation. You should do it, and you get candies, and you can report different things. It's like obstructions and police and things of that nature. And I saw BLVRD come out, and you report like the speed lights or the speed trap lights over the traffic lights, or and if you took pictures of gas prices, they gave you an extra like 5 BLVRD tokens for like the first. I don't know if they still do it now. They said they were going to go away with it once it went live or whatever. But I was taking pictures of all the gas prices and I was racking up BLVRD like that, and I would do that every couple of days when it changed, which is cool. And I don't know if Waze has gas options on there. Like I said, I haven't used it in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as BLVRD catches up with Waze and they get their, that's the hardest part of anything, is getting your name out there, right? You could have the best product in the world, but you gotta promote it in such a way that people are gonna find it.
Yeah. And that, I feel like that brings me to the next project that is kind of replaced the initial intrigue and passion that I found in the crypto space, and that's Bravo coin.
Yeah, I like Bravo coin a lot too.
It's Yelp on the blockchain. It's Yelp on steroids. It's lots of catchy thing, phrases, but it's a blockchain review program that incentivizes reviews, pays you for your opinions, your contributions to the network in a lot of different ways, not just author rewards and writing reviews, but you actually get rewarded by critiquing others' reviews or contributing to those by leaving comments and stuff. So
upvoting and liking and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. I liked one of your, and it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it, to register your Bravo? So, because I had a couple issues where I would enter, the Bravo blast code, and it would say that I got 18 Bravo, but it wouldn't show up right away. But then I learned, once I tweeted it out, Adam came over and was like, hey, you got to wait about 10 minutes. And I was like, cool. And then 10 minutes went by, and sure enough, it was in there.
Yeah, Adam to the rescue. But initially, so if you're not familiar with Bravo, you should be. But what Adam, who's one of the co-creators, I guess, but he'll push these Bravo blast codes, which are a 16-digit code that you can plug into the app, and it's kind of like a mini airdrop in the sense that it randomly draws a value of Bravo coins. And initially, when they were pushing these, they would just go automatically into your wallet, and you wouldn't have to claim them. And you still don't have to claim them, but there wasn't like a notification. And so the only way that you would know that you got 15 Bravo or 20 Bravo or whatever would be if you like wrote down your balance, claimed the Bravo code, and then looked at your balance and did the math. Where since then, because that was like early on in the Bravo scheme or the Bravo blast code scheme, but now there will be, like, in addition to the notification, there's a little entry in your kind of wallet log where all of the author rewards and curation rewards and all of those other earnings kind of are tallied. So you can keep track of everything. But no, it's a very fun program,
and the community is really cool. I think and some of the XYO community came over even, And that's a good community, you know. It's those people that, you know, watch the State of the Future and all that. I remember talking to a lot of them, and I feel like they made that transition to the platforms we're talking about now.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the people who we met then are genuinely interested in the space. They're wanting to learn, and like, even though things didn't work out as we kind of all thought it would with XYO, they're still eager to kind of figure out what's going to be the next, not necessarily the next game-changing thing, but well, I'm sure some people think of it that way, but like, what's the next quality project? And that's where I feel like Bravo's they have an actual product that works, and it's constantly being improved. So, you know, new features with the geolocation sensors, verified reviews. There's lots of things that are coming where I feel like for most projects, it's a promise of like what we're going to do in 2 years.
Right.
With Bravo, it's here's our platform. It works perfectly well right now. We're going to make it better, but like it only gets better when more and more people start using it. And so that's where, I mean, that's kind of a big breath of fresh air in the crypto space, because it's not a promise of what's to come. Like, if Adam never made another improvement or like, you know, added something to Bravo, like it works right now and is a lot of fun to play around with, you know, write reviews, figure out where the good spots are in town to eat or
see a movie, sleep at a hotel, right? And then there's some business.
All that stuff works right now. Yeah. So it's very cool. And some of the figures that I was wanting to confirm, I chatted with Adam earlier today, and so you can run a node, which I tweeted earlier today. There was a list of the top 9 nodes, master nodes, or nodes to run in 2020.
Okay.
And Divi was number 1, and I said, you know, congrats to them, because I think they're going to be doing some things. But Bravo wasn't on the list, and the thing that I thought was interesting is all of the 9 projects that were on the list to run a Divi node. There's basically a barrier to entry in the sense that you have to have X amount of Bravo. Now, or you have X amount of tokens, you know, whatever your node is. But with Bravo, I think right now you need somewhere around 3,500 to be in the top 20, because that's the top 20 is what pays the figures that I'm about to go over.
Okay.
But I helped a guy, Jay Lou, probably 2 weeks ago, set up a node, and he was like a new user. I think he was not like a complete newbie. Like, I think he's been into crypto for a little bit, but he was new to Bravo in the sense that he's got like 100 or 200 tokens or Bravo coins, and he set up his node, and I'm going off memory, but he's either right around the top 20 or just outside. But like the only thing that he pays is to run his server, which if you're in the top 20, the recommendation is a $20 payment, a monthly payment. And with a lot of the VPSs, they're giving away a free year or a free, $100 credit, which lasts you a couple months. But so $20 is the ballpark figure to run the VPS, the virtual private server.
And you only need one of those, or do you need one per each node?
Well, you need one for each node, but as a user, you can only run a node for
really?
your user. Like, I can't run 2 nodes.
Oh, no. So you can't have, like, say, a Divi node and a Bravo node?
Well, no. You can do that because they're separate projects. But for the
for one project.
for Bravo, you set up your VPS. Let's just say you pay your $20 subscription, but by running a node within the top 20, you make 0.168 Bravo per block, which that's like okay, but you're earning roughly 23, a little bit more than 23 Bravo per day, which translates into about 695 a month, which at the current rate of, and this is being very conservative, but like we'll say Bravo is currently trading at 6.5, 7, upwards of 8. I mean, it kind of moves around, but if you use the low value of 6.5 or 6.5 cents per coin, you're making $45 in Bravo a month. So you take out your $20 to run the VPS, and you're making $25 in profit, and that's profit. That's awesome. But like with Divi, because I have some experience with Divi, like I had to buy a bunch of Divi to set up a master node.
Oh, okay.
And it earns, it earns Divi as you go along. But Bravo does the same thing. But I didn't have to buy any Bravo. Like I could just write some reviews. Contribute some comments, like some reviews, and like J. Lou, like he didn't have any. He was a new user, didn't really have any Bravo, but he set up a node and he's passively earning a little bit of Bravo.
Yeah.
And like for me, because I think I downloaded the app in March or May.
Yeah.
One of the two. But
I think my first review was in March or something like that. Yeah.
But I've tried to be active in the app and like comments and reviews and stuff. So I've got a little bit of Bravo now, but for me, I'm pulling in $25 in profit every month, and I'm not doing like. That's on
top of the reviews that you do, that you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. That's not even factoring in the reviews I'm writing,
or the likes,
the likes, all that stuff, and like I keep going back to, if you're not on Bravo, you should be. I wrote a review on OAR, which is one of my favorite bands.
I like the
and they did a live at Madison Square Garden album. And it was my 50th review, which for me, that's a lot. There's some people with like hundreds and 1,000 reviews, which is just incredible. But for me, 50 was a big deal, big number for me. So I said that I would donate half of the Bravo that I earn from the review to one of the people that likes it. Yeah. And so since we're over this number, what I'm going to do is, right now I think it's at like 160 Bravo.
Okay.
Which is, in my head, it's over 7. So it's over $10 worth of Bravo. Whoever was the 44th person to like my review, because 44 is that was my number when I played baseball growing up and professionally. But
handle. Yeah,
but
makes sense.
The 44th person to like that review is going to get whatever half of the earnings would be, which right now is going to be, like, if it was today, I think it still has another day or two, because author reviews get paid out after every seven days.
Okay.
But so we're looking at 80 Bravo to somebody that liked my review, and that was one review. And then like a day later, Adam posted Taco Tuesdays, like post your favorite taco restaurant. So I posted a review of one of my favorite spots that I went to when I was in school, La Herradura. Go vote for it if you haven't. But that one's like up in contention for most likes or whatever. So I mean, it's just a lot of fun. You know,
just got a Barrio in town. I should probably rate that right now. But I don't want to rate. I like Barrio, and I don't want to rate it right now, the new one, because I've heard that the service isn't real great because it's only been around since September. I guess they probably should have their shit together by now, but I also, like, recently I heard that their service wasn't real great, and I don't want to. I like Barrio a lot. Have you ever had a Barrio? You ever been to a Barrio?
I have not. No.
But it's a good little Mexican restaurant. Gets tacos. Just
you should write a review and let me know about it.
Yeah, I got to go there first. I've been to the one in Cleveland. I liked it a lot, and now they brought one in closer to my hometown, or actually in my hometown, and I haven't been to that one. And I don't want to, ruin it for them. And that's my whole thing is I don't want to always give a bad review. I want to. Have you given a bad review yet? Like a low Bravo score?
I try to kind of evenly distribute my reviews where I don't want to post all like super good positive reviews.
Right.
And at the same time I don't want to post all like terribly negative reviews. So I try to do a little mix and I've reviewed restaurants and other services and movies and stuff, but I've rated some of those as just kind of mediocre. Like they didn't blow my socks off. They weren't awesome, but they weren't bad. So just a kind of 3 Bravo type of thing.
Right.
And but that's okay. I mean, I think one of my most popular reviews was actually a 3. Like I rated it 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So middle of the road, but that, like, for whatever reason, people liked that review.
I kind of feel like people lean more towards negativity. They want to hear where the bad spots are more than where the good spots are. Like, which is and that's kind of what I've come to learn here, being on YouTube and Twitter. Is like there's a lot of, everybody wants to say that they're positive, but they look for the negative for some reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of everywhere, whether you're...
Yeah, which is unfortunate, and it's probably with good reason,
But that's
where we're at.
Yeah, but in the negativity, that's something that I get a good kick out of the Telegram chat, the Bravo Telegram chat. They're a very lively crowd. They're friendly. If you sign up, if you join that chat and you let people know your Bravo username, they'll, myself included, will send you free Bravo and ask to be your friend. And I mean, it's a great community. It's a
but Telegram is overwhelming. Like I'll open up my Telegram sometimes, or I'll get a notification and I'll have like 2,000 messages that I got to go back and look, and I'm like, I can't keep up with this stuff. You guys are on it like 24/7. People are, because there's everybody all over the world, right? In different countries.
Yeah, it really is.
So different time zones.
Sorry, I was gonna say I got a friend of mine to sign up, and a bunch of people, like I was kind of the intermediary where I was saying, hey, a friend of mine just signed up. Please welcome them. Friend request, send them welcome gifts, whatever. And so they were trying. My friend was trying to figure out, like, well, how do I thank them? And I said, well, there's kind of 2 ways that you can go about it. You can either like their reviews, or you can comment on their reviews, because that's a kind of help me help you type of thing. Or probably the easiest way is to join the Telegram group.
Yeah.
And I said, but if you're going to join the Telegram group, turn off the notifications because it can get overwhelming.
So bad.
And because I'm fortunate enough to have been accepted into the group as one of the admins, and so
Nice.
like I have the notifications on, but like there's times where I've got an Apple Watch and it's just like
Bring,
my
bring,
wrist
bring,
is
bring.
vibrating for like 5 minutes straight with just like people ping 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 ping.
Yeah.
And but it's a good group of people. We've got plenty of people who are very capable writers, and
So how long?
other people.
How long do you normally spend on a review, minute wise? So like.
For me, I try to be thorough enough, but I realize that if you write like a ton,
Not everybody.
People are less likely to read the whole thing. Like they might read the first like paragraph or so, and
That's
then
my
kind of
whole
like
thing is like I
make
love
their
to
assessment.
write, but I don't feel like a lot of people like to read as much as they used to anymore. Like they don't like to read as much as I like to write. You know what I mean?
Well,
So and I don't want to give a short couple sentence review. There's some, but I also don't feel like doing 4 paragraphs is gonna cut it either.
yeah, I feel like somewhere in the middle, because if you write like 2 or 3 sentences and it doesn't even fill up the like, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through, and if I see a review from a friend or a venue or something that I want to actually read the review, I'll click on it, and if the little paragraph is like the only paragraph and it doesn't even fill up the little like mini screen, I'm like,
Maybe add a little
I might give them the benefit of the doubt, but in all likelihood, I don't think, if you look at the trending things, less of those are just a few sentences. They've got some meat and content to them. So I think it's just kind of finding the happy medium, because you can read a review that's fairly lengthy and see how that was responded to, and then you can also write a review that was just over the minimum character requirement, and maybe that one did terrible, or maybe that one did really well, so maybe that's kind of the length that you'll shoot for the next one. But I mean, it's all kind of a trial and error, kind of learn as you go type of thing.
As with anything. All right, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I just I wasn't sure. I have when I write something, I critique it like to the T,
Yeah.
And I'll read it back a couple times, and I'm like, is this really? Are they gonna get the context I'm trying to, portray, and am I coming off too strong, too weak? I don't want to go in there and be like, this place is cool. I like this place, and that's it, And but I also don't want to be like, I like this place because, but yada yada yada. But this happened and that happened. There's this and there's that, But I feel like that's necessary, and I just I'll spend too much time, I think, and I'll get in my own head about it. So I got to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, but it's a learning experience. So, like I said, test the water with a shorter review, because I know some of the reviews that I recall that you've written were, like you said, a little bit longer, a little more like thought put into it, put together, and just kind of compare.
Yeah.
Write a shorter review, kind of see the response that you get, and then
see if I need to go back to these longer ones, because it does look
or just like find the happy medium.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of 1 paragraph or 4 paragraphs, maybe go 2 paragraphs, or I mean, just there's no right or wrong way necessarily, unless you're plagiarizing, which is bad, and that's the wrong way to do it. But that's not you. I'm just that's something that came up in the Telegram chat. Is people
are plagiarizing reviews? How would you do that? Stealing them from like different review platforms like Yelp and just put them on here?
I mean, if you think about it, there's lots of ways that you could do that, but
Yeah,
Adam's, he's a sharp dude.
Yeah.
He catches a lot of things that people are trying to sneakily do. That he's on the ball, man. But no, I think copying an art or a review from a different platform, or what I think what happened recently is people or a particular character was basically copying reviews from other members on Bravo and just kind of like changing it a little bit.
Sheesh.
Because like we noticed, so one of the other admins, his Taco Tuesday review is up for, my review and his review are like neck and neck in terms of like most votes and stuff.
Okay.
And we noticed that this person, so this mysterious person that plagiarizes was banned.
Okay.
And a very similar 777 entity popped up in the app like shortly after the other one was banned and posted 2 reviews of the restaurants that I reviewed and the other one that the other admin reviewed, and like seems a little suspicious that
right. We just banned somebody and they're pulling the same kind of stuff, or were those plagiarized too? Was it the same exact?
No, it wasn't word for word, but it was like, oh yeah, I stopped at this restaurant just the other day, and like the other admin, he's in California if I'm not mistaken, and I'm in Pennsylvania, so we're on the opposite sides of the country,
yeah.
And this person just happened to hit the same 2 restaurants that we hit in, Yeah,
because it's got to be the same, like that location, right?
Yeah, well, that's what...
Yeah.
I think the La Herradura is... I don't think it's a chain, because it like if you go to Fazoli's or McDonald's or whatever, like that's a chain. But I don't think the La Herradura in Norfolk, Virginia is a chain. Now, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it's whoever owns that, and that's their business. But I could be wrong, but still, it's just a little strange when people start reviewing things all over the country and
that short amount of time.
Yeah.
So what did you guys do to solve that? What have you contacted that user?
Well, on the review of the place that I reviewed, I commented on their review. I said, "Oh, well, what were you doing at Old Dominion University?" Because I went to school there, played baseball there, and I was like, "Okay, you're reviewing someplace in my old stomping grounds. Like, what brought you to Norfolk?" And they were shortly then banned. They didn't reply, but yeah,
busted. That's a clever way to bust somebody. Yeah, I really like Bravo, and I do need to do more reviews because that's supposed to be my whole shtick on here, it's Rugged Rose review. But like I said, I get in my own head when I get to do these, and I don't do a whole lot of, I don't go to a lot of different places. I got the kids, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and I'm kind of a little bit all over the place, except for all over the place. But it's a fun passive way. I wouldn't say passive because you do got to put a little bit of, thought into each review, and you got to read, and kind of be part of the community and contribute. So it's not exactly passive, but it's close enough to passive to where it's an easy way to earn a little bit of crypto.
Yeah, it's definitely, and that's I think the best I don't say the best, but like a good attribute of Bravo is like you pay nothing to get started. It's a free app, and you can start earning right away.
Yep.
You actually get 10 Bravo just for signing up.
That's right.
So
now,
essentially,
I think I have a link in the description.
Bravo pays you to sign up and continues to pay you just for contributing your thoughts, to the platform.
So, and then you also get to learn about, different restaurants in your area, or hotels, businesses, video games, movies, all that.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we haven't really touched on for somebody who doesn't know. Like, it's not just restaurants. I know we've talked about several restaurants, but like they have categories for music, restaurants, services,
tokens.
where you get your tires changed.
Yeah. Yep.
You could review that, but also you can review coins, cryptocurrencies, platforms, wallets are coming.
My top review is the top review books. That I have is Bravo Coin right now, so you can review coins like you were saying, and I did XYL.
And I don't want to say like spoiler alert, but if you're brand new to Bravo, write a review of Bravo, because unless you write a trashy review, like Bravo is not good at all. People really like to give you the thumbs up for Bravo reviews. So sign up, friend me, I'm Ryan Bergh, but also write a review of Bravo Coin and share how much you enjoy it, and you'll earn a pretty little penny for your review.
Yep. Yeah, I've done it's earned me 37 Bravo. Oh, nope, 67.283 Bravo. It's got 4 comments. Yeah, I don't do a lot. I think I only have I have 415 Bravo right now. I should really start doing more of these reviews and, contributing and liking. Because it's easy. But then, and you can also add a business, right? Somebody in our Twitter group was asking how to do that today.
The La Herradura that was the review that we talked about earlier was actually one that was not in the database already, but it's super easy to add one, because if you search for your restaurant or whatever and they don't have it, then there's a little button that, like, if you search and it doesn't populate any fines or whatever, you click add the business, and you can actually search through, it's like Amazon services or whatever, but you can find the business, you categorize it, and boom, you can review something that's not on the app right away. So that's super convenient and easy to do if you're in a smaller place like I am, where I'm in the suburbs, so I'm not in a metropolitan city where every restaurant is going to be, automatically there. But even if it's not, it's simple to add it.
Right. Let me see if I put Bravo on here and do a little mirroring here. Downloaded this 5K player to mirror my screen to my iPhone to my Windows PC, and it seems to be working pretty good. Let's see if I can get it to work and kind of give an idea of what Bravo's like here. It might cover you up, but we'll see here.
It's okay.
We can kind of scoot you over here. Let's go over to.
People have probably been feeling like I'm staring at that guy's face long enough.
Yeah, it's got you covered up a little bit. That's just going to be right in the middle of my screen. But yeah, Bravo works here, so you can review restaurants, services, hotels, attractions, TV and movies, music, video games, events, employers even. So it's kind of will work like Glassdoor. Hopefully not Glassdoor. Have you seen reviews on Glassdoor? They're all bad, most of the time. Because they're because those are on Glassdoor. Those are anonymous. You don't know who's leaving those reviews. To where here you know who's leaving your review. But so if we go into search and say, what is the law? Let's see if Barrio's on here. Yeah, so all these ones are on here. They don't have any reviews though. I need to get on this. The Tremont one is good. I know that. So I gotta do that. Where would we add a business? So probably down in here, right? You go over to
there we go.
Your profile, buy and trade, add a review, check into a business, add a business right here. So you can go in here and enter in all this information and then submit it and then hit make your review. And now that only works for like restaurants and things like that. Restaurants, services, mostly like businesses, because at least at this point in time, books, coins, and some like several other categories have to be like manually added by Adam or the Adam. Yeah, I took that down. I think that was messing with our feed a little bit. But yeah, that's how you would go in there and add a business. It looks like pretty simple stuff. I haven't done that yet, and I need to start making more of these reviews, because if it's what did you say you had? How many Bravo do you have that was? Or that was Boulevard. How much? What is Bravo? Do you know?
What it's
like
worth?
Its value, yeah.
I think like I said, it's usually, I think around 7 cents is a good average.
Okay. Where would you? What exchanges are they on?
So Bravo is traded on Altilli and System Coin, and then there's actually a third one, but I'm not terribly familiar with that one. But if you want to kind of track it, CoinGecko, Blockfolio, and I want to say it's coming to CoinMarketCap, because Adam was talking about filling out some paperwork for them to get Bravo on CoinMarketCap, but I don't know the status of when or whatever, but that's going to happen. But I've got an app on my watch. So right now Bravo is trading at just under 8 cents a coin. So 7.9 cents per coin.
Little math here. Let's go. So we'll call it 8 cents, right?
Yep. And if you call it 8, then that profit for running a node just creeps up a little bit.
Yeah. So that
it's
$3.32. Would that be right? Or it's not 332. 0.9 times, or I guess it would be 0.09, huh? 0.09.
Yeah.
Times, I was gonna say, $33. That's pretty cool. So if I have 415, like I do, I have $33.61, which is just for doing a couple reviews, right? It's like $10 per review that I've done.
Yeah, and as the community grows and like more people are around to like stuff, the possibility gets pretty good, because there were 2 reviews that I'm thinking of, and they were posted on Twitter through the Bravo Coin. Well, one of them was through Bravo Coin. I posted the other one, but a single review earned more than $15, like $15 for a single review. So it was, I think it was like 230, 240 Bravo for a single review.
Uh-huh.
So
that's pretty good.
The potential is there.
Yeah.
It's
We just got to get the people to be using it, right? And people love to use Yelp, right? And
Well, yeah,
Glassdoor.
I mean, and it's not like there's nobody using it. It's just, I think the larger the community gets, I think right now, I don't have the official numbers, but there's over 3,500 users of the app. So there's a decent base, and like I said, the more people there, more reviews, the more validated the review aspect becomes.
Yeah, and then that's what makes the price hike up, right? Just using it. Or the
Well,
value.
it's I should have gotten the official. I forget the total number of coins, but I want to say it's similar to Litecoin, but it essentially there's not like an endless supply of of coins. I keep saying tokens. I should stop that. But
I get
there's
confused too all the time.
it's not a like there's going to be a scarcity issue, and that's going to in time increase the value of the coin, and so that's why. Just another reason why I think this project is going places. So.
Yeah, I'm involved with a couple other ones that I liked a lot. There was the Green World project, and that was more of along the lines of helping, environmental issues and renewable energy, and making a blockchain with different renewable energy devices and putting those on a blockchain. But that seemed, I got on Telegram and I just couldn't keep up with it. Is basically what happened there. And I tried to, and I have a little bit, and I've made a couple videos for it, and I've earned some GWP for making those videos. You should probably check that out. I think it was pretty cool. Have you looked into that at all? Have you seen any of those?
I remember, like, at very limited. Like, I remember when you were talking about some of the other stuff, like back in the time of XYO. I remember that was one of the projects that you were interested in, and I'll be honest, I'm not as familiar with it, but
See,
I can definitely check that out.
So my whole thing with the blockchain and what I expected it to be and what I expected it to help move along are like smart cities, and like self-driving cars and public transportation that way. You don't have to drive your car if you don't want to. You go and you're on streets would work like buses on a motherboard. You get into a vehicle and you push a button and you tell me take it here. And I feel like blockchain and proof of location and location verification is what would lead to that. And it doesn't seem like we're anywhere near as close as, XYO and Scott made it seem like we were. And I'm
right.
You can call me naive and a sucker too, because it is a little far-fetched. Smart cities aren't necessarily on anybody's radar right now. I know that they're building one and testing some things in like Arizona or New Mexico, and I feel like that would benefit the world. Smart cities and like machines doing most of our work, and I think too many people fear machines taking our jobs. Like, people I've seen are like, hey, don't use the self-checkout because it's taking people's jobs. But do you understand that those people that work those cashiers and sit behind those registers don't even really want those jobs? They just have to have it. They bitch about them all the time. Like, I'm going on break, and they turn their light off. People don't want those jobs. Or people are asking, too much to sit behind that counter, and that's why McDonald's is coming up with those kiosks. If people are asking for $15, and now you just go and you order it like you would at Sheetz or GetGo. I guess you still do need some people to cook that food right now. If you're into that, but I feel like
Well,
that's
I
where we
think
need to be going, because I think we're working too much, and we're not able to live the lives that we want to live. And I just think that we're doing it too old school, because that's the way we've always done it, right? They think it's tried and true, and but that's why I got into crypto, is try to help it along and inform people that it's not all about hiding money,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm right there with you in the sense that I see the potential and the benefit of incorporating blockchain technology and utilizing crypto for like a universal currency. Like, just there's lots of positive, and I want to help others to understand that and advocate for quality projects like Bravo, and just help the space get larger.
Yeah. And I've said them before, I think in the last video, that I'm kind of taking a back seat and letting some other people figure it out while I figure out my own thing. But I'm going to stay in touch with you and our Twitter group and some of the telegrams. I might even try to join that Bravo telegram. But I'm trying to stay...
turn off those notifications.
Yeah, I know, because I already have the Green Road Project one, and I also have Certified Diamond Coin, which is backed by real diamonds, and they're trying to... I always forget the word I want to say when I say what they're trying to do.
We'll have to talk about that one, because that's one of the ones that's interesting to me. Having bought a wedding and an engagement ring for my wife, and like looking at diamonds and things, and so we'll have to revisit that in another episode.
Yeah, that sounds good. But that's another one that I have on my Telegram, and they're trying to get rid of the blood diamond mining. Mining of blood diamonds basically is what I was trying to get out there. And then there's also that cloud mining. We do a little bit of cloud mining. So like Pi and Electronium. I don't even really know the value of that, but I know that we both.
Yeah. We're both on that. Was it Phonium? Was another one, but I stopped using that because that was very glitchy for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I was unique and having trouble with that, but I was like, I've already got like a million different apps running in the background.
I know.
On my phone, so I don't. That's one of the ones I skipped out, but I still do Pi and Electronium. I've dove headfirst into the crypto pool and gotten into lots of different things, but
yeah, I did the same thing, and I kind of overwhelmed myself. I was like, and I did the same thing with affiliate marketing. Like that was my whole initial niche, was affiliate marketing, and you can get a link, to anything, and because you can go on like CJ Affiliates, and you can get a link to top brands, and you can promote those brands with those links, and when people click on those links, you get a commission after they purchase something through those links. And I went and I got probably 40 different links, and I'm like, what do I do with all these? How do I, and I did the same thing with crypto. I think I bit off more than I could chew, so to speak.
Yeah.
And now I got to kind of bring that all back in and pick a couple or one or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've kind of done the same thing with like overextended myself, and now I'm trying to kind of help promote a few projects that I think have good, sound leadership or founders. And Bravo's the one, and then the other one is Tusk, the universal settlement coin. And Rob McNeely, he's one of the guys that I met at World CryptoCon, and I was impressed by. He's like the most interesting man in the world, but I feel like he strikes me as the guy that when he puts his mind and attention to something, it succeeds and does well. So I'm hoping for the best for Tusk. I'm gonna try to help them whatever I can, and then said come back to Bravo. I'm high on Bravo.
Yeah, I've noticed. I need to get a little bit more involved in that. I think. I don't know. Maybe I don't think admin type status, but definitely need to get on here and contribute a little bit more. I still have like after I had 91.96 voting power last night, and then I went and liked your two last reviews, the last two of your reviews, and I'm still only at 96. So I'm still sitting at 96. Yeah. So I still got to get. I got to let some of that power go,
Yeah, my voting power. It was like on Monday of this week, or maybe it was Sunday. I can't remember, but we decided we were gonna go all out with like writing reviews and liking and commenting and just like try to really overwhelm the system.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we did a good job. I think there was like more activity on that day than maybe there had been previously, but my voting power went from like, I think I was like at 60 or 70ish, and it dropped down to like 13% and 10%, and I've slowly started to recover. I think I'm at like 35% voting power now, but yeah, I gotta use better restraint when it comes to voting, because I want to vote for every quality review. And
how long does it take to build back up? Is there like a rate?
Well, what I have, in my opinion, the magic number is between 7 to 10 votes. If you can stick to 7 to 10 votes per day, you should stay in the green in terms of voting power.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to 20, 30 votes, that's when you start to dip down lower. But if you can have the self-restraint to only vote for 7, 8, 9 reviews per day, then you should be able to maintain that. But I get in there and I'm like,
I like this.
Oh, yeah. Like this. Yeah. I mean, that took somebody, a couple minutes to put together. That's worthy of a thumbs up. And
yeah.
Happens this one and that one and that one, and before I know it, I've voted for like 15, 20 people, and I'm like, my voting power is never going to come back up.
Yeah, so I'm going to stick to that 5 to 7 or 7. What'd you say, 5 to 7 or 7 to 10?
7 to 10.
Yeah. And then
I mean, if you stuck to 5, you wouldn't be in bad shape, but I think you could probably get another few votes in there per day if you want to live dangerously.
That's what I do. Yep, that's exactly what I do. It's not boring if you don't, right? You got to take risks. High risk, high reward. Or something like that.
But with voting power, it's tough because, like, I've got a decent amount of Bravo, but because my voting power is so low, my votes aren't really helping people as much as I would like them to. So if I can get them back up to, in the green, 70% or above or whatever it is, I think those thumbs up will start to actually carry some weight.
Oh, so if your power is higher, then the recipient of the review, the author of the review, they get more Bravo. So that's why that's important. Okay.
Yeah. So the example that I use is, let's just say I have 1 million Bravo.
Yeah.
If my voting power is at 100% and I like your review, you might earn, 20 Bravo
just for that.
for that single like, as opposed to if I have 1,000,000 Bravo, but my voting power is down to like 7%.
Yeah.
If I like your review, my like will maybe only earn you like half a Bravo.
Yeah,
or
like
even though I still have all this Bravo because my voting power is down, it's not like worth as much.
Okay.
So I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense that if you just vote for everything, then you're not really rewarding those people that you vote for, as opposed to if you only vote for like a select few, that's worth more to the recipient.
Yeah. So you want to.
So.
Okay, that makes sense. I got to get out of here pretty soon. I got to go drive the inebriated around and back home. It's my favorite thing to do right now. It's good times.
Yeah.
But before we go, you gave me a
Splinterlands
card. I kind of wanted to go over that a little bit here.
Yeah. So.
And that's a pretty cool thing. You're off screen now, but we can hear you.
Yeah. So I was gonna say when I went to Coinvention in Philadelphia, and I met the creator of this game, Splinterlands, Matt Rosen, and apparently he's like a highly respected and touted guy in the Steam world, on the Steam blockchain. And I took a couple of his cards because my plan was to like give them away on Twitter as like a giveaway type thing, but I've given away some of them. I still have some of these cards, so I'll have to think of something clever to give them away. But I've met Matt twice now at Coinvention and then in a Philly blockchain meetup. But
pretty good guy, pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he kind of. I hope he's not watching, but he kind of reminds me of Adam Sandler in a strange way.
All right, I like Adam Sandler.
Well, yeah, but I think it's more of like his face kind of is to me kind of like Adam Sandler, but
not so much.
Like he's not funny? Like a.
He's not a comedian.
He's not Billy Madison.
Okay.
He just kind of looks a little bit like Adam Sandler. But
okay. That makes sense. All right, I'm signing in here. I'm gonna try to put this code in you gave me. And then I'll go ahead and save that. That's fine. Welcome to Splinterlands. I'm probably gonna have to verify my email before I go in here, huh? It's go to battle, it says. Verify my email address. We'll do that real quick. That's always a thing with anything nowadays, right? Alright, so we're verified. And I can play this mobilely too?
You can do it on, because I have an iPad, and that's where I originally looked it up. Okay. I haven't tried it on my computer, but yeah, I mean, I think you can use it on your mobile device.
Yeah, it looks like it. So that's a bonus. I'm really into these RPG type things, and MMO, and upgrading a character and getting different attributes and different weapons and things like that. I'm a total nerd for it, and I kind of spend too much time on it, really. Let's go. I'm gonna add that card. I saw I could do that up here. Cards. Let's go see what I can do here. Oh, it gives you some right off the bat, huh?
It's supposed to be a $10 value. The card is.
Let's go. Well, I appreciate that. Let's see if I can add one. Buy new cards. What if I want to these to be honest and playable? How do I? So it's not. This is going to take a little while to figure out. I should have went through this real quick. Ooh, there's an affiliate program. That's
that's where Mr. Allen C.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten involved in this.
All right.
At least the affiliate thing aspect.
Let's see. I want to add a card. How do I do that? Want more dark energy? No. So you got to go to Steam. Summoners, monsters. Buy dark energy. What's down here? Well, we might have to do this next time. Or can I just open up a card potion? Buy, none left. Potion shop. Market.
That's where, see, this is kind of the point that I got to, and I was like, I'm not really sure what this all means, and
yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of playing around with it. Looks like.
Yeah, but I would be highly surprised if you didn't figure it out pretty quick and be able to give it a.
Is this something we can review on Bravo? Even, you think? Is this on Bravo yet?
I don't believe it is. It might be. I'm not sure because I haven't specifically looked it up, but I remember when I was talking to him at the Philly blockchain meetup thing, I was like, man, because there was another guy there that he has kind of a review platform that's specifically for games.
Okay.
That he's like, that's his project, is like this video game review platform. And I was like, you should bring your video games over to Bravo. But
yeah,
that's just a brainstorming thing. The logistics would have to be discussed further, but
yeah, I'm gonna, because I've been playing these games like this, and I'm like, it'd be cool if I could earn a little crypto playing these games as much of the time as I spend on them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if I can even play some live and do something like that, I mean, I'm gonna have to go through some of these frequently asked questions and figure out how to enter this code in here you gave me. But I'm gonna go drive tonight and bring you back up here. I'm gonna stay little. That wasn't never even on there. Oh yeah, it was. We're gonna, cut this unless there was anything else you wanted to go over. I think
we talked about a lot of good stuff, but
we briefly touched on Tusk. I don't think we really mentioned what it was. That could be unless you want to real quick, what is back in that value? Because we touched on it a little bit last night.
I'm gonna.
I think
I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
Because I hope to have a conversation with Rob, one of the creators himself, at some point coming up. So I'll leave some of that to that one. But like I said, there's always an open door for session 2 and so on and so forth. But
absolutely.
For tonight, I think we've hit a lot of good stuff, and we've been talking here for a hot second. So I think I will let you get to your job.
Yeah, it's funny because it doesn't really feel like a job. It feels like I'm just out driving people around and bullshit, which is fun.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it, and I can do it whenever I want. I connect with people. Granted, they probably don't remember a lot of the conversation when they wake up the next day, but That's why I got
You
this
should-
dash cam, and I think I'm gonna. I always forget to ask them when they're getting out if I can post it to the channel, and I don't think that I'm allowed to post things without their consent. Or I can
You should get some Bravo seed cards and give them to your riders.
How do I get those?
I'm trying to see. I should have some, but well, I made some, so they have my referral link,
Oh, okay. So that.
and I could send you some that have my referral link, but then that wouldn't really.
But I think I have my own referral. I think I even have a link in the description to the Bravo and Boulevard. Because I like to get those referrals. Absolutely.
Well,
That's
that's
affiliate marketing. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
It's a big part, but
Definitely go follow Ryan at Bergh44 on Twitter. He's going to be the guy you're going to, rely on with this stuff. I'm not going to talk too much about it unless I'm talking to it with him or somebody from our Twitter group, if they're willing to come on here and chat it up with me about some stuff. I think Buffalo Girl would be a good one. And Adam's got a bunch of cool video games. And then Crypto Nani, or Nanny.
Claire's
yeah. I think she would be a fun character to come on here. And
I think, to be honest with you, that Twitter group that we have is a special group. I
love it.
There's a lot of characters that are top notch in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's good. And it's always good to wake up and feel the love. There's never any hatred in there, and makes my day start off a little bit better.
No.
But
it's always it's a group that's trying to help.
Yep.
One another and help the space, like just good folks.
Yeah, I love it. It's good stuff. But let's call it quits here. How long have we been talking on this? Nobody came in and chatted with us? I wonder how many people.
No.
That's all right. There's always next time.
Somebody liked it, because there's 3 likes.
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
assuming you liked it. I liked it. I'm assuming one other person liked it.
I have not liked it yet. I usually wait till after I post a video before I start liking them. I want to see, how many do it before I do it. But
I liked it.
You can bet your ass that I definitely like all my videos.
Yeah.
Cool, man. That was fun. I appreciate you coming on and giving me a little bit more experience of how to get this Skype and podcast up and running. I think there might have been a little bit of lag here and there, but there was a lot going on, for the computing power that I have here. So, we were Skyping and we're live. I'm doing some stuff on the phone, but I think we did good. I think it went well. I look forward to next time whenever you're available. I hope that you're able to, kill it on the next ones, because those ones are pretty big ones. Those are established podcasts you're about to go on, right?
Yeah, some of the hosts that are going to have me, I'm excited and intimidated all at the same time. But but they're all people that I greatly respect and look up to in this space. So it's going to be, I'm sure that they'll take care of me, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute to what they're trying to do. So It'll be good. Good.
All right, I feel like we've talked enough of these people's ears off. And if you got anything out of this video, any cool insights on Bravo or Boulevard, go ahead or if you just like me and Ryan talking over here, go ahead and give this one of those thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel, and maybe we'll do this again. And make sure that you go like and follow at Bergh44. Keep up with him. And I'm going to come back and we're going to do some Splinterlands IO stuff here by myself and learn how to figure that out. I'll let you watch me learn how I enter this code in here, and then go from there. because that looks like fun. Fun way to earn a little crypto on the side, as well as Bravo is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about to be tomorrow, so we'll try this again another day. All right, Ryan. I'm going to end this stream. And,
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, as I do you. Pleasure was all mine. And I'll see you next time. And I'll probably hear from you here in a little bit on the Twitter group, right? We're pretty active in there. All right. I'm going to go try to save some lives and DUIs and things of that nature.
All right.
All right, Ryan.
Take care, brother.
Yep. Good night.
Cheers and have a good one.